Last time on Cloudfall. We've arrived at Doran's ancestral homeland, just in time for what the locals are calling the Darkest Dawn. The party wrapped up their revolution planning in the basement of the Shitty Horse, and then made their way across town to meet Forgemaster Bump. Meanwhile, Coriander has been doing everything in his power to slip away from the party, and a swarm of mechanical surveillance bugs keeps circling the party at random. But along the way to the market foundry, they made time for a quick pit stop to meet Doran's adoptive father, Cliff Driscoll. Doran stopped at the old music store he knew in his childhood and got his lute tuned up for the challenges to come. And then they found the foundry. It's no place for humans, and it took minimal fucking around to find out. They tiptoed through some deadly hazards and finally met Forgemaster Bump. He's willing to help them by shutting down parts of the factory to help them infiltrate. But first, the party needs to pass inspection. You're in the middle of talking with Forgemaster Bump. That is, Balthazar Bartholomew Bump. He's going to help you get to Avon by going straight through his factory. But in order to get there, you're going to have to prove that you are up to the task, and that you can make it through inspection. Looking around the area that you're in now, you're up high on a sort of catwalk that overlooks most of this industrial area, with all of it playing out beneath you. It's quite private up here, and you see a few testing modules, along with some nearly completed automatons that are also ready to be tested. Some of the newest models are lined up here. First among the machines that Forgemaster Bump is gesturing to, a set of 4 hinged arms that kind of come out in all sorts of crooked angles. You can see that this is set up on a sort of gyroscope so that it can turn at weird angles. Forgemaster Bump leads you all up to that module, gives it a quick gesture, and looks over your group. He says,
"Now, who among you would you expect to be the most, flexible, physically?"
Well,
I don't know if this has ever come up.
Flexible?
You see, all of my automatons need to be, flexed and stretched to make sure that they are up to their tasks of daily duty. Allow me to demonstrate.
He points over at this rack of completed automatons, literally points at them, and one of them springs to life and just drops off the rack onto its feet in a low crouch. It stands to its full height and takes a quick look around. Bump just kind of gestures towards the machine again, this testing apparatus, and it diligently, dutifully walks over to it. These 4 arms reach out from different angles, grab it by the arms and legs, and then suddenly turn it upside down, and they start twisting its body as if to snap its spine, and then very abruptly, randomly starts crossing its arms and legs over each other to see at what point it will break or if it can keep up and adapt.
It's probably Aaron, I guess, right?
I mean, I can try. I am good at jumping around buildings and stuff.
also, you can change your form at will.
Oh yeah, I can do that too.
Oh, yeah.
That may prove most useful. As soon as this test has concluded, I'd invite you to step in yourself.
Okay.
You all sit there for another minute or so, watching this thing being torqued and twisted, and then right at the end, you see this kind of spiraling tornado motion. You hear a sudden snap, and the automaton falls into 2 pieces. He says,
Not quite up to snuff. I'm glad he didn't make it out of my purview.
But this will not happen to Aaron, correct?
Not if you are up to the task of saving this fair city.
Okay.
Guidance.
Okay. Any tips? Ideas?
Don't break your spine. Your spine is quite valuable to this team.
Okay.
Doran, the split in half automaton, grabs at your pant leg and looks up at you.
Ah, what?
Says,
Do not destroy me.
Oh my god.
No, now you're done. You had your chance to survive.
and he starts kind of shuffling him off.
Wait. Hold on.
No, this is just a fact of life around here.
Well, don't kill him. Maybe he can
It's
do
simply
other
a
things.
voice module.
Why would you build that into him?
So that they can communicate their needs, but these needs are not to be heeded.
Can you feel pain? I say to it.
It just gives you like a quick nod up and down. He says,
It's important that they avoid damaging situations, so yes, they have a pain module.
Forgemaster,
It's for their own awareness.
What if there were other desk duty needs they could perform?
make a persuasion check.
Like, we got stuff in the ship we could use this one for.
Yeah, put this guy on workers' comp or something. Jeez.
16 workers' comp.
Well, I will not put my name on it, but if you keep his existence a secret forever, you can leave with him.
He could help us on the ship.
Perhaps weld some cannons to the fuselage. I don't know what a fuselage is.
Can you weld in your condition?
I can be your fuselage.
We could have it just sit in front of the oven and tell us when the cookies are done.
Please, I can be an oven.
Well, not quite an oven.
Do not decommission me.
Do you? Are you good at keeping time?
I cannot be a clock.
Oh.
Really?
I have no sense of time.
All right, this one's yours, Poppy. I don't know.
Is it like broken beyond mobility?
Yeah, it's just a like torso upper half.
Well, how about you sit in the corner and we'll...
Poppy kind of props itself up and looks at you and it says,
I can't feel my legs.
It's probably good because it hurt.
Tim, this is horrible.
I tell you what, let's move on, and when we come out, we'll take you with us back to our ship.
Don't forget about me.
We'll do our darndest, buddy.
Us forget about an NPC? That's
Unheard of.
What's your name?
Enough stalling, all of you. Let's get this test on with, shall we?
Yeah, I agree.
We'll step right up.
Okay. I'm ready, I guess.
as soon as you get close to it, you feel something clamp around your wrist, kind of like judging how much you can take in terms of pressure, and then it eases off a little bit. Same with your other hand, your legs, and suddenly you're airborne, and you're just laying flat in the middle of the air.
And we saw it, like, basically take the limbs of the robot and twist him around. I guess
Yeah.
I'm trying to get a...
It was testing its, like, range of motion, but
Okay.
it was also moving very quickly so that if the robot ever, like, resisted or couldn't keep up with the acrobatics of it all,
Okay.
it was just, like, destroyed immediately.
acrobatics, you say.
Well, we'll start easy. I don't want to make this too quick.
It starts to move, and I need an acrobatics check out of you.
I have proficiency in dexterity. I also have a new ability that I keep forgetting about. So whenever I make an ability check that lets me add a proficiency bonus, I can treat a d20 roll of 9 or lower as a 10.
Cool.
Yeah, you'll be good.
It is a 10. But plus 9. So I got a 19.
Was that with guidance?
Wow.
Okay, I got a 21 with guidance.
All right. Yeah, the machine just starts to flip you upside down while rotating your arms at the same time. And it looks a little goofy, and you're all kind of nervous, but Aaron keeps up with it just fine, with this kind of strange, concentrated look on their face.
All right, and now we'll move up to the intermediary test.
And you hear this.
Bring it on.
Aaron gets flipped fully forward, and then is kind of like on their belly in the sky, and is now being forced to do this worm wiggle thing in the air. I need you to make another acrobatics check.
Okay, so I got an 8, but because of my reliable talent,
Yep.
that will be a 10.
Okay.
Plus my acrobatics bonus, so that's 19 and 21 again
All right.
with guidance.
Yeah, cool. Passes the wiggle worm test with aplomb.
I feel like I'm gonna learn some new dance moves.
Poppy, you just catch this very quiet.
If you survive.
and he kicks it up to level 3, and you hear this as the machine kicks on. Doran?
Bardic inspiration for this. Like, I'm getting a little nervous. So
Yeah.
Here you go. D10 you can add.
Aaron, make a Constitution save.
That's not acrobatics.
You can add 4 for my thing.
Nice.
Just a save.
Okay.
D10 for the bardic.
Yep. D10 Bardic. And you get to give someone else a Bardic.
It is an 18.
You pass the con save. You were severely dizzied by the initiation of this next one that kind of spins you around tornado-like in the middle. That's about where the last robot lost their life. After that, you're going to the final section of this. This is where it starts to twist in opposite directions, something typically humanly impossible. We're looking for a 25 acrobatics check.
Can I transform into, like, before the next test starts, they're thinking back to when they were on Baxi, and in the hotel, in the scratching post, they had seen a bunch of cats, or tabaxi, rather, doing morning yoga, and they were very flexible and bendy and just really stretching and then taking naps intermittently during the yoga class. So Aaron's like, okay, I can channel one of them, and Aaron's going to turn into a tabaxi to try to be more flexible.
Aaron turns into the most basic cat-ass cat you've ever seen in your life. Brown cat.
Brown cat.
Yep, that's a cat.
Cat mode.
All right. That is an acrobatics check. We're looking for DC 25.
I mean, I definitely got it. 23 plus 9.
I was like, that's not more than 25.
Wait, that's
32.
32.
Holy
Good
moly.
Lord. All right.
I got a 32.
Yeah, you all see a sudden blur of motion, and you see some fur like flying off of Aaron, and then the machine abruptly stops. Aaron's staring at all of you wide-eyed.
I think the tabaxi mode worked.
That's a resounding success. A perfect adaptation of acrobatics and flexibility.
Well done.
Aaron just starts purring.
Oh, perhaps some damage to the motor. Next, we have our test of resilience. While it would be ideal that one of you runs all of these tests, I suppose we could split it up amongst you.
We're basically like one unit, you know. We can power up to one big boy.
Like a Voltron.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
The Voltron's like their god. It's just like pictures of Voltron around and stuff.
He's
like
got like
Jesus.
a necklace of Voltron.
Yeah.
But he's actually 5 different pieces to the necklace. He's
Yeah,
got to stick
yeah.
together.
A legally distinct Voltron.
It's like a
Yes.
friendship necklace, so like his favorite robots
Yeah,
have
the other pieces. Yeah. It's VUL-tron, by the way.
Do we get to see a sample of this test?
Why, of course.
He gestures towards that giant gun barrel coming out of the wall. Says,
The test of resilience is simply a matter of...
he kind of turns behind him. You see an automaton just standing in front of the gun barrel, like 20 feet away, and it just takes a shot to the chest, gets slammed up against the wall, and bursts into pieces. Says,
Well, that would be a bad example of the resilience test.
What is the success rate of these tests with your robots?
Well, like I said, I only produce perfection. Now, we are working out the kinks in some of our latest models, so not all of these are expected to survive, but many, many, many have.
Many.
I'm gonna pop a couple fiber field cakes.
okay.
I want to give my bardic inspiration to Doran.
Well, a test of resilience. I think I should be the one to take up this test.
I'm gonna hand him the stack of cookies,
Okay. Yeah. Fiber field cakes.
which give you resistance to bludgeoning, slashing, and piercing damage from non-magical attacks, and advantage on strength and con saves,
Thank you, puppy.
and any effect that would knock you back or make you fall prone.
No. I ate it.
All right. Yeah. You immediately feel hardened. Yeah, you are toughened against all effects that would topple you, knock you down.
Sojourn, are you doing guidance?
Yeah, I'll do guidance again.
All right.
Now, this cannon will fire a total of 3 times. It's ideal that you would fully resist the blast, but I have seen some take damage and soldier on. Do you feel ready, sir?
As ready as I'll ever be, I think.
Very well. A little to the left.
You hear this.
Up.
Doran moves very far away from Guy.
Left again.
You got this, Guy.
The cannon is now in position, Guy. You're staring straight down the barrel.
Like my eyes are looking straight in the barrel.
You're still like 15, 20 feet away.
Okay.
But yeah, it's
gonna hit me in
basically
the
like
chest.
head height. Yeah. I mean, it'll be fine.
If I need to move my head, I will.
Sure.
I'm going to give some encouraging chords to Guy, give him bardic inspiration.
Okay.
All right, let's get shot.
Very well. 3, 2, 1.
Wait.
Oh,
Oh.
yes.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Oh, my apologies. Are you quite sure?
Yes.
Good. All right. Well, with that out of the way, we will go.
Cannon goes off, Guy. That is a 26 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
That is 10d6 bludgeoning damage.
Whoa. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, you have resistance to this.
Yeah. So I'll have it when it.
31 bludgeoning damage in total.
Okay, so 15 or 16?
We round down. 15.
Oof. That pike's a punch.
Are you ready for the second blast?
Actually, can I do something?
Sure.
Can I burn?
Oh. If you want to.
Oh. Does that kick your AC up like
Does.
super high?
Yeah, I think, yeah, I want to do it.
All right. That is a 19 to hit.
Oh, well, that's a miss.
Okay, yeah. That cannon gets in place, and right before the next blast goes off, you all see this purple-pink shimmer just chase up Guy's body from his toes up to his head, and his flame just momentarily flickers this pink hue. Guy, that blast is a direct hit, and when the smoke clears, you didn't flinch. You didn't move, it didn't hurt.
Was there an issue with the ammunition? What happened?
I just got used to it.
Most interesting. Perhaps we should kick up the firepower by a bit.
If you're asking for my suggestion, I would say no, let's not.
I'm afraid you're too far away for me to hear you. Maybe I need to just aim it better is all. A little down. A little down further.
I gird my loins.
That seems to be the spot.
Nice. 23 to hit.
No. Ooh.
Balls of steel.
Yeah, perfect.
That's a miss?
That's a miss.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Again, you all see this giant plume of violet pink smoke coming off of Guy, gritting his teeth as it all clears in the wind.
Can I, because the attack missed, can I immediately use my reaction to melee attack the cannon?
Sure.
I would like to do that.
Yeah. Guy, you come charging through the smoke as that blast comes off of you. You can't let it get away with that, certainly. When the smoke clears and everybody understands what's happened here, Guy's sword is lodged in the barrel of the thing. Make an attack roll on that.
He's not going to help us.
14.
To hit? Oh, yeah. It's an inanimate object.
Great, okay.
Damage on that?
10 damage.
Okay. Your sword is just barely kind of like stuck into the barrel, like into the raw metal of this thing. And you wiggle it a little bit to get it out. You see that you've bent to the barrel of the gun now.
Oh, sorry, force of habit.
Never apologize for such a strong reaction. I wish more of my machines had this kind of spark.
He reaches down to the legs of that destroyed automaton. He rips off one thigh, quickly cuts out a small section of it, takes out one of his arms that like folds over into this grinding wheel. He cuts off the broken part of the cannon, takes out the little section of leg that he just cut off, sticks it onto the barrel, takes out another piece of his arm, and welds it onto the spot that it needs to be in. Quick repairs from Forgemaster Bump.
So have I passed the test?
With flying colors, my friend. Now, this next test that we've got prepared is, how should I say, it requires more intuition, an obstacle course. Failure begets failure. The more you fail, the harder it gets.
Doran definitely shouldn't do this one then.
I've been practicing. Maybe I could do it. What does it look like?
It's a bunch of like hurdles and bars and pipes that kind of change whether you need to like duck or jump kind of thing.
Oh.
But they're on a conveyor belt, so you're running on the conveyor belt while you're ducking and jumping over
Poppy
these
might
things.
be perfect for this because she's so small.
I could try it.
But is she quite athletic enough to pass such a test?
I think this is for me.
If you want to.
Unless, Doran, you feel strongly.
Don't make him do it.
Okay.
I saw him try and run once and he puked after like a minute.
That is
Wow.
true. That is, yeah.
Very well, my animal friend.
Hey,
Wow.
Mr. Automaton.
Yes.
Not you, sorry. The other one. The one you tried to kill. Can you play music?
Yes.
Don't take this from me, Poppy. It's the one thing I can do.
Can you guys jam together?
I
I
mean-
was just thinking some tunes.
Are you
right
ready
now.
for my music?
Yes.
Here it comes. I'm sailing away. Set a course for the open sea.
It's beautiful.
Here's your bardic
Soldier.
demotivation.
I kind of like the idea of evil bard.
Yeah.
Just like
yeah.
plays bad music.
Ruining everyone's day.
I just thought some tunes would be good, but you're good.
No, I like that one.
Okay.
I'll give some encouraging rhythmic chords to Sojourn, so bardic inspiration to you as well. D10.
Okay.
Thanks.
And then, so real quick, Guy, you get to give one to someone.
Yes. You have one. Sojourn has one. Everybody has one. Except the robot guy.
I'll give one to Aaron.
Okay.
I will give you just a moment to get up to speed on the belt. After which I will begin the obstacles.
All right. I guess I'll go for it. Let's see if there's anything I can cast really quick. I don't think
I
there
could
is.
make you fly.
Commence speed. He turns on the machine to start the treadmill.
I start running.
Yeah, you hear the gears turning and that thing starts running. After 10 seconds or so, you see the first obstacle come up. A sort of limbo bar that kind of cuts your height in half as it comes toward you. Comes up a little faster than you expect, and on top of that, when it gets close, it starts to lower. It's at a downward trajectory. I need an athletics check starting at DC 15 on you.
So we went with athletics instead of acrobatics for this.
Yes.
Dope.
Great. I don't think any of us are good at that. No, I have a +8 to athletics.
Just have Guy do
Do
everything.
you really?
Yeah.
It's too late now.
Too late.
Sucks.
What's better for limbo than taking your own head off, too?
Oh my god.
I guess. No one else could have withstood the gun.
No,
though.
no one else would have got. Everyone else would have been obliterated. Okay.
Did we decide that I can guidance myself?
Yeah, I
think
think we
so,
did.
yeah.
Okay. Take my D4 back. Okay.
I could have made a cotton cake and just been an ethereal mist the entire time.
Yeah, just stand still.
16.
Hey.
All right. Yeah. That limbo bar comes by. How do you handle that? You go under or over?
I go over.
Yeah.
I'm definitely like loping.
You realize that it's going down as it's coming closer, and you just kind of bound over it. The next one comes up, another limbo bar.
One sec. Doran sees how close that one was, runs over to Sojourn and taps her on the arm and like, you got this. I'm going to cast Enhance Ability, giving
Yeah.
you advantage on strength checks. Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
Right. Is that what athletics is?
Yep.
Huh.
that about sums up the.
Sojourn, you get a very abrupt second wind. Looking up, you realize that Doran is just kind of standing there, smiling at you, just like literally standing calmly, like on the side of the conveyor belt as you're like, like running on top of it.
This is my VO2 max.
Yep.
All right. Another limbo bar comes up. This one doesn't seem to be moving.
Okay.
Doesn't seem like it.
12.
Okay. As that one comes at you, that limbo bar splits into 3 bars and kind of cuts you off at low and high. You don't see that coming. You try to go over again, and it just kind of like catches you on the thigh, and you roll over the bar, and you start rolling on the conveyor belt. You're going to take a -2 to your next check.
Okay.
Guy, do you have any of those field cakes left?
Or brutal mall.
Sojourn, you push yourself back up, just barely in time to not fall off of the conveyor belt and get yourself up to speed again. And then you see the final challenge coming. It is a completely flat wall that is coming towards you, and it's just got this like hands up in the air starfish kind of position cut out of a person. This one is going to be a DC 17 to get through.
Great.
Self-advantage.
Yeah. So that's a 21.
There you go.
Yes.
All right.
-2
and then 19.
Yeah,
Yeah,
19.
yeah.
Perfect starfish.
That conveyor belt comes at you. You're just getting up to speed again, just getting on your feet. You kind of like jump in the air and you're like making sense of this shape as it's coming toward you. You end up sticking your arm and your head through the armhole, and the head hole just goes by on its own. But you come out the other side. Your 2 remaining Fey buds still swirling around you.
Mm-hmm.
They made it.
The conveyor belt grinds to a halt.
Most impressive. I thought I had you there in the middle.
Yeah, you almost did.
All right, just one test left. And, it's important that you all be as impressive as possible.
Okay.
It's a good opportunity to break new records. This is called the damage test. Of course, that stands for Digital Assessment of Material Alteration Given Energy.
Sure.
You all look over at the final testing module. It is a giant red button, kind of nestled on the floor. You see behind the button, there's a sort of pole with a bunch of like lights attached to it, and that pole goes maybe 30 feet up in the air. And you see there's sort of like tick marks going up that pole.
Says, this measures the relative force given upon that button. Now, it's thermodynamically sensitive. It is force sensitive. Sensitive, of course, to fire and lightning, cold energy. Any type of attack would register here. The point is to give it as much as you can.
Could 2 of us go together? Or would that be cheating?
He strokes his necklace of the combined robots.
He looks
By
at
the
the
powers
poster
of
of Voltron on the wall.
Oh my god, that's so good. This is
Something that Voltron would, of course, approve of. Yes, I think so. I mean, in the field, you all would act as one.
That's
So
right.
it makes perfect sense that any number of you would take this strike in a coordinated manner.
100%. We're always coordinated fully.
I feel like we could stretch out Dawn's edge if everyone talked like this, because it takes him for goddamn ever to get through his sentences.
Can we combine the 2?
I think so. I mean, yeah, we haven't gotten to participate yet. Doran walks up, cracks his knuckles.
Poppy does the same thing.
cracks Doran's knuckles.
They were down.
Do me next.
You've already been cracked.
We're going to regret keeping you, I think.
Okay.
Poppy, I'll go on 2 and you go on 3. So I'll go like 1, 2, 3, go. And by the time we say go, the damage already happened.
If you're going on 2, then I'm gonna be in blast radius. How about I go on 2 and you go on 3?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
Okay.
This kind of inefficiency is truly entertaining.
You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
1, 2, and I do Steel Wind Strike
Oh, okay. Yeah.
with my rolling pin.
Yeah.
3.
Okay. I'm doing disintegrate.
Oh my god.
So like a bright green like flash happens. It's like the speed of light, so
Yeah.
like it happens just as Poppy connects with her attack.
Mine was an 18 to hit.
Yeah. It
Okay.
hits. Yeah.
So mine does 6d10 force damage, and then I teleport away.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then he does disintegrate.
Cool.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Let's see that 6d10 first.
Don't forget to add +1 for your button, John.
That's +1 to hit and damage for buttons.
And damage?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Who's sitting on my buttons?
Got a hoose in that button.
I got 71. And it also, if it's a larger or smaller non-magic object, it's disintegrated.
Yeah.
So-
Okay.
44 Force damage.
For a total of, is that 115 or 105?
115.
115 damage.
Yeah.
Boom!
You all see Poppy disappear in a flash, and suddenly that button just like sinks to the floor and bounds up so hard that it actually detaches from the ground. Doran, you close one eye and hone in on this target that is now airborne. The room goes dark, and you see this thin green line shoot out from Doran and strike this button. It's just got a few like mechanical wires still attached to the floor. As soon as it impacts that button, you all see it disintegrate, fall to ash, starting at the button, tracing up the wires. You see the damage register. The LEDs on the sign behind it start to all the way up that spire. It's being disintegrated as those lights get chased up until the entire apparatus is dust in the wind.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
We did it! Darn, we make a good team.
We're useful too.
Yeah,
All of us.
suck it!
I have to take a long rest now, so.
Yeah, that was a 5th level spell.
You all watch Forgemaster Bump as he slowly turns, watching the dust of his apparatus float away into the air above the market foundry here. He turns to you and says,
I would be most honored to suck it. An impressive display of force like I have never seen. I do believe you have what it takes.
It's always the weak, tiny, quiet ones, Doran.
No, but I do think you all have what it takes collectively. You've proven to me that you're worth assisting, more than these Kinmores. I will help you. Starting tomorrow, we have 3 opportunities, starting at 9 o'clock, noon o'clock, and 3 o'clock. I'll be able to turn off parts of the factory, allowing you to infiltrate. But if you miss this window of infiltration by more than 6 seconds, we must wait until the next opportunity. This is a precision strike.
And when would be the next window of opportunity?
Tomorrow morning, 9 a.m.
Well, yes, but if we fail, I mean.
You get 3 tries. 9 a.m., 12, and 3.
Got it. I thought there were 3 different opportunities. Great, love it.
There's 3 showings
yeah.
for the factory show.
And it's the same movie every
Yeah,
time?
they only open the doors for 6 seconds. Yeah.
Go, go, go!
But I want you to understand something about Warforged in general. I'm going to talk a little bit faster through this section, or it would be truly miserable.
Yeah, can we do 1.2?
No, I want to be
speed?
immersed.
Yeah.
I want to hear it.
The Warforged.
That's
Imagine.
Can we say Warforged lore? Wow. Warforged lore.
Warforged lore dump.
Park the Warforged in the Harvard Yard.
Well, you went to have it. All right. He says,
This is audible.
That was like
it's very good.
very accurate. Oh, I don't like it.
Continue.
He says,
If you're going after Avon, there's something you need to know about Warforged in general. Warforged brains are composed of incomprehensibly complex rules. We are driven by what's known as a prime directive. All of these rules in our brain, they have considerations and nuances. However, among all of these rules, one must be evaluated first. All things must be done in order, and something must come first. The rule that comes first in the mind of a Warforged is known as their prime directive. It is special in that, without that rule, a Warforged would not be able to process the world around them. Now keep in mind, a prime directive is not a promise or a commitment. It is a mechological imperative. It cannot be overcome in a time of great need. It cannot be resisted, delayed, doubted, or convinced against. A Warforged will easily die to satisfy their prime directive. It will just as easily kill or watch helpless innocents die. It is not their decision. It is our limitation. But unlike you, All of you humans are organic. They're able to adapt internally, adjust their thinking, evolve their minds, and physiologically overcome and go beyond. But we adapt externally. It's our evolutionary exoskeleton. Avon. I do not know his prime directive, but I assume it is to create. To create incessantly, without rules or consideration. Above sustenance, above life itself, he will create. And he will not stop.
He looks down at you, Poppy.
Avon Kenmore cannot be reasoned with. I need you to internalize this.
Is there a way to introduce a new prime directive?
Only by its maker can a prime directive be changed.
And as he underwent this process himself, he is his own maker?
I am afraid this is the case. It puts him in unique circumstances, as this is unheard of. I don't want you thinking that Avon will be able to change himself. That is a risk I cannot take.
Is there a way to corrupt that part of him?
Perhaps some advanced magic beyond me, even, and my knowledge of the Warforged, which is bountiful. But I do not know it all, so perhaps.
Well, we have our work cut out for us, then.
I imagine you do.
And if we cannot change his mind, then can you tell us anything of what we might expect when we meet him in battle?
I have my doubts that he would face any of you himself. He will have lieutenants of some description. Some new prototypes, perhaps. I do not believe Avon to be a formidable force himself. I do know he has a sort of power about him, a strange sort of magic, and now I've seen it in you as well. This one here,
He gestures to Guy.
this flicker of energy, this bismite magic. Avon has it too, in droves. Uncontrollable. It's ruined him. I'm afraid you're dabbling in powers beyond your understanding.
We understand it.
Well, we understand that we don't understand it.
Guy,
Yeah.
I need you to make a d20 roll and subtract your current Bismite score.
Which is like, what, 2?
2.
Hey, that's a good number.
Maybe.
16.
Do you have any remaining spell slots?
Yeah, I have a couple.
Cool. All right, you lose 1 spell slot of the highest remaining level.
Okay. Fair. Weird, but fair.
Weird but fair, Judge. And then you also take 1/4 of your health, rounded down in
Whoa.
damage.
My total health or current health?
Total health.
What is that, like 13? No. It's way more than that. 23? Anyone
You have a whole computer.
do have a whole computer. Oh my god, I've used a calculator before, Apple.
Is it trying to give you a tutorial?
Have you used an Apple calculator though?
Here, let me
What the fuck is happening?
help you.
Instead of equals, it's an apple.
I opened the clock app on my computer and it had to update, and I was like, this is fucking unacceptable.
I think this is like a third party one.
You need 92 divided by 4.
What the fuck is happening?
23.
Oh, it is 23. I did it.
You didn't need no calculator? This is great listening for our listeners.
You don't have to update your brain.
Ouch. Ow.
Che mama.
Fair.
Well, I suggest you all get your rest, as tomorrow you will need your strength.
No kidding.
Especially this one.
He's nodding at Guy, who just obviously had some Bismite withdrawals here.
Wiping his brow.
And this one who just bumped their elbow.
I just bonked my funny bone
no.
right on the table.
Oh, no.
I'm hurt worse than Guy.
Funny one.
I'm hurt worse than Guy.
What is that, like 24, 25 hit points?
That's like 50 hit points.
Should we go back to the shitty horse?
Or did we want to try and talk to Mom?
Just to be clear, Poppy, it's just your mom.
Well, I don't see any of you with
active parents.
Well, let's not forget about our robot baby that we all have adopted.
Oh, come along, Robot Pattinson.
Oh. Okay.
Wait, what?
That's great.
Yeah. You all start to walk away, and he said,
You said you wouldn't forget me.
I didn't.
I just gave you a name.
Yeah, come on, Robot Pattinson. And I hoist him over
Can we call
my
him Pat?
shoulder.
Can we call him Pat for short?
He has a full Christian name.
What's Christian?
I don't know, actually.
Who's Christian?
Sojourn like hoists him up, and he says,
I love piggyback rides.
Christian was the last Batman.
Oh, okay.
I guess I miss Owly a little bit.
Ollie's right here.
Pinch looks up at you and goes, "Oh!"
Never mind. Okay. Yeah, let's
sure
go.
you miss him?
All right. You all heading back to the shitty horse, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I walk over to Guy and put a hand on his shoulder, and I cast Cure Wounds.
Oh.
So that's 4d8 plus 3.
Hopefully we don't
Damn.
get jumped in the streets. Y'all
Yeah.
burning your spell slots up.
20.
Oh, thank you, Sojourn.
Of
I
course.
don't know if it was smart to wield that power for such a test, but...
Honestly, we don't know what we're doing until we try it, so
And I came out the other side.
every little bit helps us figure out what we're figuring out.
And we got an ally out of it, so thank you.
You're welcome.
As you're all walking through these city streets to get back to the shitty horse, you encounter the same hazards that you did along the way. I need everyone to give me a d20 flat.
Hey, Pat, can you help us
There you go.
navigate these hazards?
Sure.
You all get advantage on this roll.
What the
Yay.
fuck?
Nice.
Sure.
Watch out for the human eraser.
The what?
I got an 18.
Nice.
15.
Nat 20.
Nice. Hey, nat 20, you're out of it. You're fine.
11.
I got a 15.
I also got a 15.
Anybody else in the 15 to 19 range?
18.
Yeah. I need con saves out of you.
Why?
Add 4.
27.
Nice.
10 for Aaron.
Okay.
25.
Nice. All right. It's just Aaron affected by this, but the three of you are looking at a similar area when suddenly there's a blinding welding spark that just flares up all of a sudden and literally blinds Aaron for a whole minute. Sojourn had a nat 20? Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, you dodge every single hazard in here because,
I'm carrying.
yeah, you got Robot Pattinson whispering in your ear.
Okay.
Look out for those sparks.
You don't need to say it directly in my ear. It's okay. I really don't need that.
More helpful if we all could hear.
He's the GPS.
And what did Guy get?
11.
11. All right. That is another burst of toxic smoke. I need a con save out of you.
You have advantage because you ate the fiber field cake.
Okay.
Nice.
30-20.
Smooth. You are safe.
Smooth hunting.
You guys are getting better and better at traversing this area. You are through it and back into Elm District, where the shitty horse is.
What's your primary directive, Robot Pattinson? Did you get one?
My prime directive is to serve Kenmore.
Well, that's great. Nice to meet you. I'm Poppy Kenmore.
Nice to meet you, Poppy
Kenmore.
Kenmore.
Does that work?
I live to serve.
Great. As your father.
Daddy.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
As your new commander, captain.
Commander Captain.
I like Daddy.
And I'm Doran Kenmore.
No. No.
Come
No.
on.
No. Would I be able to change your prime directive?
You are not my creator.
Okay, so it has to be the creator that would.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Can we just clarify? When you say that you serve Kenmore, which Kenmore do you mean?
I serve the Kenmore estate.
They haven't taken me off the will yet, I don't think.
All right. Seems foolproof and like there's no downside.
Why don't we try to find like some legs for you, and then you can, help us out even more.
I would be delighted.
Not right now, just eventually, you guys.
Where are we going to put this robot that's a spy, a full spy? Why are we doing this?
Are you a spy?
No.
Can I do a
Sounds good to me.
insight check?
Sure,
I'm
yeah.
a robot.
He's a
Squinting at the robot.
God. I got a 14.
We're gathering NPCs.
He doesn't seem to be making any effort to deceive you. He's answering everything very quickly, very like upfront. He seems grateful that you've all taken him on.
Oh, boy. All right.
Well,
How do you feel about dough legs?
about what?
Dough
legs.
legs.
I weigh 70 pounds.
That's heavy. I don't think Finch could carry it.
That's the size of a boy.
That's my son.
You're the daddy.
Doran looks over at Sojourn carrying robot Pattinson, kind of like nods over to like a pipe that keeps like shooting out really hot steam, and just kind of give a bit of a nod.
No.
No?
I'm just so grateful.
All right, we gotta put you somewhere.
Guy, he'd be able to handle money.
Oh, that's very helpful.
Guy can't touch the gold, remember?
What?
He's my son, so he's going to take on the family business.
Maybe like a squire situation.
We have to do other things.
No, we had to plan our son's whole life right now. Where is he going to go to college?
I'm going to start a college fund
We
right
have
now.
to move on. We have to.
Who are we going to have him marry?
Robin,
Hey, sir, nice to see you. Can I put this robot behind the bar for a while?
Do you love me?
Robot Pattinson, I haven't known you long enough to feel anything in particular about you, but I'm glad you're feeling good.
I love him already.
Don't forget me here.
Definitely not. Just set him behind the bar.
In 2 weeks, Liberia's destroying the city, and we're like putting him in a daycare. We solved our mission.
This is all that matters.
You are all in a single room, discussing plans for tomorrow while keeping an ear tuned to Coriander. Make sure that nothing slips by without your knowing. You're all having a bowl of soup. You're all sharing a single bowl of soup. And you put a little bit of sage in it just to remind you of better times in Backseat.
I've lost my taste for sage.
You're all taking turns reaching in with your spoons to take a little spoon of soup out of the communal bowl. And suddenly, Poppy starts to hear one person playing 3 characters.
Best of luck to you.
I'm sorry.
Godspeed.
But Poppy, through the echo bell, you hear Coriander first, saying,
So, kind of in conclusion, I guess, maybe we just back off for now on the production. Just, soften the speed of it all. We've seen this before, right? We go into production too fast, we find some fatal flaw, we have to recall everything. It's a financial nightmare. I mean, I've been running the numbers.
and you hear a bunch of paper fluttering.
You don't need to look at that. I ran the numbers. I think it's for the best, Mom. And Counselor, Mom, I think we need to, we just maybe need to slow down or give it a second or something. You hear, Corey, I just don't think you're thinking this through all the way. We have to keep up top speed. That's what Avon said. That's what we're going to do. No matter how uncomfortable it is. And scary and new. We need to do what Avon says. Corey, do you understand me?
You hear this other voice in the room saying,
Well, I think it is our imperative that we keep up with our current trajectory. I've been running some numbers of my own, and as you can see, thank you so much. Corey, do you remember Counselor Ronnie Cash, right? Mr. Cash, can you kind of show us what you've been thinking about? Yes. So as you can see on this graph over here, if we keep up our current production rates, we'll actually be able to conquer the Elm District within the week. We won't have to wait as long as we thought. So the current trajectory, Coriander, is actually ideal for all of us. But there's no need to really televise those plans, right? Because then we're being underestimated. And the revolutionary underbelly, well, they still think that it's all a month out. So I think that's our best bet. Okay, yeah, well, I just thought I'd talk it over with all of you.
You all hear Coriander, now kind of dejected, realizing he's been defeated.
I need to get back to, I think I just need to take a walk, really. Get out of the castle grounds again. Well, just think about it, Mom. Maybe it is for the best that we slow down. I know the numbers look good, the money's good, but, I'm a little worried about Dad.
There's kind of a long silence. And you hear,
There's really nothing to worry about. Avon's a genius. He wouldn't let it go too far.
that's kind of the last thing you catch before you just hear, like, doors opening and closing and footsteps.
It seems Coriander is trying to make a difference there, with little success.
Yeah, you had a good impact on him, after all.
I think all the impact. No, sorry.
Finish it.
I'm not. The
Coward.
impact play was Doran's fault.
Unusable.
Unusable. I don't know that it was my influence, but maybe we all helped. I don't know. It kind of sounds like my mom isn't happy either.
I mean, she even said uncomfortable. I mean, maybe if we take care of Avon, the rest will kind of fall apart.
I'm worried that if we take him out, she won't want to hear reason.
Yeah, at that point, what else can she do?
She still has to have some sort of tie to Lyrian too, right?
It's possible.
It was hinted at by the Forgemaster that Avon is wielding some of the same Bismite power that we are, and that Lyrian does.
Just a moment after that, you all hear this echo bell noise going off. An official one, a call coming in. It's Mikey's.
I'll answer it.
Go to voicemail.
Hey, Mikey. What's up?
Team Alpha, come in.
This is Team Sigma Phi. What's up?
You're Team Alpha.
Oh, sorry, we haven't played this in a while.
It's okay.
Team Alpha copies.
There we go. Team Beta reporting in. Sorry, hold on. Corey wants to talk to you.
Oh, there's Team Omega.
You hear some, like, fumbling of the phone, and it gets handed over to Corey.
Hey, Doran?
Hey, how's it going on the ship that you've been at this whole time? What's up?
Yeah, it's good. I talked to my mom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I stopped by the Castle Keep, and I'm sorry, I didn't tell you I was going to, but I did.
Nothing to apologize for.
I just want you to know I tried. I want you to know that. I told her what I really thought would be best for everyone here, and I meant it. But I don't think it took.
How bad is it, Corey?
It's faster than we all thought, by a lot. It could be the end of this week. It could be tomorrow, for all I know.
What are you worried about?
It was even different before I left, but my dad, Avon, he's gone. I can tell now. Even my mom's scared. Everyone is. This has become some kind of weird, power-driven dictatorship, and there's no way out for these people. Dawn's Edges. We gotta get out.
Poppy wants to see your mom.
I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't know if you're gonna be able to leave that castle. Not without getting hurt or hurting someone.
Yeah. When you say it could happen tomorrow, what are you referring to?
Avon's ambition, the prototyping he's been doing, some of the stuff that they were talking about, it's out of control. He's only building weapons and only for domination. It's not about production anymore. He's out to kill.
Yeah. Well, listen, Corey, we have a plan. I can speak for myself at least, we're not out to take out your family or anything, but I think you're right that Avon is gone, and
I am right, and you don't have to apologize for anything. You have to do this.
we're going to.
And I've done all I can. I'm leaving tonight.
Can I talk to him?
Here's Poppy.
You're leaving?
Oh, yeah, I was thinking maybe I'd leave. Yeah, I am gonna leave. Poppy, I can't fight. I can try to logic trap them as much as I can, but you can't logic past this.
You have access to their documents, right?
For now, after that little stunt I just pulled, I think they're gonna start to doubt me pretty quick.
If you leave, is there any way you can gather all the assets you can?
Like on my way out?
Yeah. Can you do what you do best from a legal standpoint? Find some way to mess it up for them.
Yeah, I can throw a wrench in the gears, maybe. It's not gonna be enough on its own, but
We'll handle the rest.
yeah.
Does Mom have to go down too?
I don't know. I don't think so. It's gonna be hard to get her to knock it off, you know what I mean?
Did she have any dealings with Lyrian?
Yeah, I mean, she's co-signed on damn near everything. She knows him pretty well. They've met many times.
Do you know how to break Fey bargains? Do they talk about that in law school?
Yeah, but it's kind of a brick wall, to be honest. It's not like normal law. They don't change. They don't flex. You can be clever about it, but...
And you're cleverer than I am. I don't know, just think about it.
Yeah.
This is your wheelhouse. I'll
Okay.
defer to you on any of that.
Yeah, I got the gears turning. I'll think of something.
You don't have to fight with us. It's okay if you leave.
Thanks.
I just hope you can forgive me
Forgive you.
for what I have to do.
Oh, you... God, Poppy, you do what you have to do. You have my blessing. It's not our father. Not one bit. And honestly, even if it was...
Yeah. Can't say I haven't dreamed about it.
And to be honest, Mom should do some jail time. I mean, at a minimum.
For sure. I was hoping we could take everything they have and give it to somebody good.
Yeah,
Help people.
I hope so too. Anyway, I'm going through a tunnel and I...
Are there any tunnels here?
No, he just kind of made a noise and walked away. Are you guys playing any games in there tonight?
Okay, bye, Mikey.
Hey, what?
Alpha out.
All right.
Well, Poppy, I feel like after listening to you talk, I don't know if do you still want to talk to your mom? I don't know if we even need to.
I don't know. Part of me thinks she can be saved.
Well, yeah, but maybe we can talk to her after. We deal with your dad first.
Maybe taking care of your father will free her from any obligation she feels she still has.
Corey implied it was risky to go see her. We might not be able to leave if we make it there.
And it is imperative we make this appointment tomorrow morning if we are to stop Avon.
Do you know this council person? Ronnie Cash? Is that what it was?
Can I roll a history to know if it's a person from Dawn's Edge?
Mhm.
Okay. 12.
Yeah, nobody you've heard of.
Okay. It's unfamiliar to me.
You're all kind of contemplating your next move or what remains of the night when suddenly from out in the kind of bar room here at the Shitty Horse, you start to hear,
Someone get a fly swatter.
Oh my god, they're fucking everywhere. What is going on?
Oh, shit.
you hear this like,
It's probably
What
those
is-
flying things again.
The surveillance bugs?
Yeah.
Should we go help?
They're swarming. What in the fuck?
Put a plate over the soup bowl. And run over there.
Yeah.
Good thinking, Doran. Yeah.
That was the most important thing.
Our precious shared soup.
Don't spy on our soup.
Doran's like about to open the door, like takes his hand off the door, walks back to the soup bowl, puts a plate over the soup. Doran, you open the door, and suddenly there's just a buzzing like locust. There's hundreds of them in here. Those surveillance bugs. They're everywhere.
Hundreds of them?
Hundreds of them.
I don't know what to do with this.
Burning hands.
Cool. Pretty sure Burning Hands specifically states that ignitable objects in the path of destruction are
Wait,
ignited.
hold on.
So,
I
Poppy reflex raises her hands, and
No.
you all see just racing down the bar top all the way out to Robot Pattinson sitting on the end. Gets licked by these burning hands.
It lights up like 10 shots that were on the bar
Yeah,
ready to
yeah.
go. And they're all like flaming.
You got 10 flaming shots. Who's going to take one?
And then I use control flames, which is a cantrip.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You manipulate those flames a little bit to not be so wild and destructive in here.
I'm sorry. It's all I can think of.
Oh, it's a good move. Nice. Good shit.
Where are they coming from?
He gestures over to a broken window.
Aaron is trying to like swat them and catch them and do like ninja moves basically to
Yeah.
try to like knock them out of the air.
Yeah, give me a dexterity save.
Natural 20.
Wow.
Plus 9.
Cool. Aaron, they keep like approaching you, and then they start to like, their abdomens start shining those little hologram crystals, and they start to do a full rotation around you, and every time you just smack them out of the air, like as they're on their way around. Completely untouchable Kung Fu Panda over here.
Nice.
It's almost like they're scanning our forms.
Guy.
Yeah.
Dex save.
No problem. It wasn't a problem. 320.
God dang. Yeah. Guy, one gets like near you and starts scanning. You just reach out with one gloved hand and crush that thing. Sojourn and Poppy, same deal. Dex save. Doran, you notice during this entire time, all of these things are completely avoiding you.
16.
Nice.
17.
All right. Yeah. These little bugs start to try to circle around you. They do get like a full rotation around you. They've done their little scan. And as they're trying to go, you manage to grab them.
Yeah, I'm just going to smash them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Poppy,
If I'm still controlling flames.
burn it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's my best move.
Got it.
Can I stick my head out the window and see if they're swarming around outside or if they just all got in here?
For sure. Yeah. Yeah, give me a perception check. And then another dex save.
Oh. Perception is a 10. Dex save 22.
Damn. Yeah. You like stick your head out the window, and Guy, you're covered in them like mayflies. As soon as you stick your head out the window, you are just caked in these bugs, and you're like, yep.
Okay. I was thinking of opening the windows, but I want to, I guess, prop up a table, like pick up a table and prop it in front of the window to block more from getting in.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, easily done. You just kind of like wedge a table in there to stem the flow. You still got quite a few bugs left in this room. Poppy did deal with a good handful of them with her burning hands. What have you got left to deal with large amounts of things in a delicate area like this?
Aaron's gonna shoot their crossbow. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm going to
Disintegrate.
grab like a big beverage container or bowl or
Yeah.
something, fill it with some sort of alcohol and scoop them in.
Yeah, you get a big bucket that's meant for like chilling beverages, like ice and stuff. So it's this big like metal tin bucket. You dump a bunch of expensive looking booze into it and start grabbing these things out of the sky, kind of shuffling them off the bar top into this big bucket. They don't seem to play nice with liquid really at all, so they're struggling to use their wings. They're not destroyed, it doesn't look like, but they can't fly when they're wet.
I'm gonna start spraying olive oil on the ones I can reach.
Okay. Yeah,
I get out my little like ham can.
sure. Mrs. Grease?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know if it helps or hinders.
Poppy just makes a giant, like, sweeping gesture across the room, and, like, suddenly, like, a lot of the room and some of the bugs are incredibly greasy.
No, Poppy.
Like sliding around with a bucket full of wet booze bugs.
Wait, hold
Like,
on.
Make a dex save,
Poppy.
Sojourn.
Poppy, what are you doing?
With disadvantage as you step on the grease here.
Why did I volunteer for this?
Because it's funny.
Dex save?
Yeah.
Dirty 20.
Good lord, with disadvantage. Yeah. All right.
I would like to hit him with, wow, that's a lot of ropes.
Okay, yeah.
What are we doing?
Sojourn, you kind of slip and like pulling your thigh muscles as you go down on the ground here.
God.
But you
what
keep the
are-
bucket upright.
Poppy.
I don't know.
God, no.
Oh, too late.
All right. Yeah, there's a fuck ton, a brick of ropes being shot across this room. Doran just kind of happens to be in line of sight here. So, Doran, you're getting a few ropes kind of tossed at you and starting to wrap around you a little bit. Doran, I need a dex save with disadvantage for the ropes and the grease.
12.
Cool. Doran's on the ground.
You can do +4.
16.
16.
All right. Doran, you likewise pull a crotch muscle and are kind of struggling on the ground with a rope, realizing that on the ground here are like dozens upon dozens of greasy bugs that are just like flapping and buzzing against the ground trying to stand up or fly.
I grab a heavy mug off of one of the neighboring tables and I'm just
Smashing them one by one? Yeah, cool.
I take a seat at the bar with my bucket, and like as I'm finding more of them kind of struggling, I just put them in the bucket.
Yeah, yeah.
The greasy ones, I'm gonna pocket salt all of them so
Okay.
that it gets stuck to the grease and
Yeah.
like jams up everything.
Nice. All right.
I look over at Serve and try to get a read.
Serve had been hiding behind the bar. Now he can do nothing but watch you all kind of like destroy little pieces of his establishment, and he's got his hands like in his hair, kind of like clutching at his like short black hair, and he's like,
That bad.
"What in the hell?"
I reach out a hand just to hold his hand. Like, I'm so sorry.
A wet hand.
Yeah. He grabs your wet, greasy, cold hand and is just like staring at the rest of the room.
I know.
I mean, I understand that a lot of this is maybe not for long, but
I'm so sorry. This is not necessary, and I wish I could have made any sort of effort to prevent this.
I just... He looks at you, Sojourn, and he's just kind of got this like damned if I do, damned if I don't expression on his face.
Yep.
And all of a sudden he just kind of like leans in close to you and goes, "Hold on." And you feel this like tugging, and he's like pulling one like a tick off of your neck. And it's already glowing white.
Oh no! What does that mean?
I think it means this one got you already.
Put it in the bucket.
Yeah. He like drowns it in there and like kind of like smushes it with his thumb. He's like, your friend's got one too. And he points over at Guy.
Don't let him get you.
What do you mean, get me?
Peel them if they're on you. Peel them off.
Ah.
Guy, you turn around trying to use your like hulking body to get at these things, and you're just too big to like reach the spot on your back where these things are.
Can I try to help him?
Yeah, go ahead and help.
Try to get him off?
Crossbow bolts.
Yeah. What is it?
We can make this a sleight of hand.
What is it?
What is this? They're bugs, Hannah.
It's a 15.
Yeah, you're able to peel that off Guy. In doing so, you don't take care of the one that's on you, Aaron.
What the fuck? I got a nat 20 on killing these motherfuckers.
I know it.
That's rude to me.
That's rude to me.
It at first seemed impossible, the amount of bugs in this room. But before long, there is suddenly quiet. There's a few bugs that are still clacking up against the ground with their feeble little wings, but the swarm has stopped. At this point, you're not sure who's been scanned, what's been happened here. But feels like you got all of them.
What's been happening?
I get to edit this show.
What's been happening?
What's been happening in this place? At this point, you're not sure who's been scanned or what's been happening.
Haven't seen you in a while. What's been happening?
What's been happened, John? Sorry.
You're good.
So good.
Doran's going around and prestidigitation, just kind of like wiping sections, like
Smearing the grease around.
it's yeah.
sheepishly gathering ropes back into the cloak.
Just pushing them back in.
Sorry.
That's part of it is that he has to shove all the ropes back in.
I think it says they
covered in
disintegrate.
oil.
They do disintegrate, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like those will turn to ash by tomorrow.
What happened to the one that was on Aaron?
Aaron, all you notice really is that you did have one on you that was like creeping around. You like went to swat at it and lost track of it.
Okay.
Well, that's not good.
It's fine.
Is it?
We don't even know what they're doing.
I appreciate your optimism, Aaron.
At this point, it's fairly late in the evening.
Yeah.
You had all dealt with that swarm, and you can't escape the creepy, crawly feeling that these things are still somewhere on you or somewhere in the room. It's going to be a difficult night to sleep indeed. You're not sure if you got the spider or not.
This inn has bed bugs.
But I think that's where we ended. Thank you all so much for listening. I am Tim, your GM.
I'm Hannah playing Aaron.
This is Tara, and I play Sojourn.
I'm Thomas, and I'm Guy.
You know me, John. Play Doran.
John, play Doran.
You know John.
Play Doran.
I'm Maggie. I don't play Doran. I play Poppy. And what's been happened?
Now I gotta leave it in.
Let us know.
Join us next time.
Thank you all so much for listening. Please share the show with people you love, and we'll see what's been happening in the next season.